Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave.
And I'm Dirk.
Yeah, we got Techno Goblin. It's a new,
Wait,
a new Spidey villain. Yeah. So today we're looking at the final hero from the base game box.
this is the last one?
Uh, yeah, from the base game box.
Oh,
So this is Spider-Man, Peter Parker.
what are we going to do now?
Well, we still got,
We'll find
yeah,
something to do.
well, we still got Captain America through the Hulk. And then we got the Agents of Shield ones to do too. So we got quite a few still to do. Um, Yeah, so let's take a look at what Spider-Man can do.
Yeah, well, and we're looking here at some promo cards that we got from some content creators at Call of Heroes. Con of Heroes. Yeah, not Call. Con of Heroes. All right, so we're in Alter Ego here. We're Peter Parker. Peter Parker's got a hand size of 6. He's got 10 hit points, recovers for 3, and he is a genius. And he's got the scientist trait, not trait, but action. You can generate a mental resource limit once per round.
Okay. Yep. And then we got Spider-Man. He's got a hand size 5,
Spider-Man the same as the Amazing Spider-Man? Are those two different heroes? Can we play them both in the same game?
if only. He's an Avenger. 1, 2, 3. He's got Spider Sense. So it's an interrupt. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw a card. And there is a particular card in his hero kit that's amazing to draw.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have it when the villain starts attacking you. Okay. So let's take a look at the cards from his kit.
All right, so his signature ally here is Black Cat. So Black Cat is a hero for hire. She's a 2-cost ally. She thwarts for 1, attacks for 1, has 2 hit points. And as a forced response, after you play Black Cat, you discard the top 2 cards of your deck and add each of those with a printed mental resource discarded this way into your hand.
Now, the important thing to note that Dirk skipped over is there's no consequential for attack.
I was going to get to that later. But I was.
Sure you were. All right. Then this is the card I was talking about that it's amazing to draw when your Spider Sense kicks in. It's Backflip. He's got 2 copies. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all of that damage.
It's a 0-cost event. I love that card. Best card in this kit, I think. All right, so then we've got...
This one's pretty good too.
Oh, yeah, this is a really good one. So we've got Enhanced Spider Sense. There's, 2 copies of this?
Yep.
2 copies of this is a Hero Interrupt superpower, event. But whenever a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, you can cancel its when revealed effects.
Okay.
So, and there's some pretty nasty ones out there. In fact, I think as the game's gone along, some of them have gotten even nastier. So.
All right. Then his main attack is a swinging web kick. He's got 3 copies of it. It costs 3. It's aerial attack, superpower, hero action attack, deal 8 damage to an enemy.
Then we've got Aunt May. So Aunt May is a 1-cost support persona. As an alter ego action, you can exhaust her to heal 4 damage from Peter Parker. So he can go down. He can, if he needs to, he can heal 4 with her and 3 on his own. So he can heal 7 in a single turn and then 3 more before he comes up. So he can actually heal 10 if he's got that many damage.
All right. Then this is how he thwarts because he doesn't have any native thwart events. So it's Spider Tracer. It's a 1-cost upgrade attached to a minion. He's got 2 copies of this. When the attached minion is defeated, remove 3 threat from a scheme. Now, note, Spider-Man himself does not have to defeat the minion. So this is kind of nice. Like, hey, the aggression player's like, I want to kill him so I could get a Hall of Heroes and say, all right, great. Well, let me put a Spider Tracer on him first.
Let me remove some threat first.
Yeah, so we can remove some threat when you kill him.
All right. And then we have his web shooters. You got 2 copies of this. It's a 1-cost upgrade. It's a tech item. They come in with 3 web counters on them. And what does it say? Oh, yeah, interplay with 3 web counters. But as a hero response, you can exhaust one of those web counters to generate a wild resource. Or, exhaust the web shooter, spend a web counter. That's it.
All right. And then the final cards we got in his kit is Webbed Up. It's a 4-cost upgrade, hero form only. When attached enemy would attack, you discard webbed up instead, then stun that enemy. Now, the nice thing is this even works on stalwart.
Yes.
Because it cancels the first attack. Now, they wouldn't get stunned afterwards, but you can still stop an attack.
Yeah, because you're not stunning them until the webbed up triggers. So, yeah, he's right. It'll stop that, but you still get at least one stun-like action in there.
Okay. Now, they had print and play for the heroes from the core set for the double resources. And then at Gen Con one year, they had printed copies for Captain Marvel and Spider-Man. So these are just alternate arts for the double resources. So there we've got energy, we got genius, and then we got strength. So,
yeah, I love it. So the high school student is teaching everybody else.
well,
he is a genius. I know. I got this.
Well, actually, I think in this era, that's because it's when he was in college. But
oh, okay.
All right.
All right. So his obligation here is the eviction notice. You give it to the Peter Parker player, and he can flip to alter ego form if he likes. You can exhaust Peter Parker to remove this from the game. But if not, then you have to discard a card. A card at random from your hero or from your hand, and this card gains surge. You can just discard it.
Dirk's favorite.
I don't even want to acknowledge that word
discard. Now, what I like thematically is especially say like Galaxy's Most Wanted. You're out there fighting Ronin out in deep space, and all of a sudden, oh, I got to go pay my rent. I got to go back to Earth and pay my rent.
Yeah, hasn't heard of bill pay apparently. All right, so his signature minion here, or his nemesis, is Vulture. So Vulture is a criminal, obviously, but he schemes for 1, he attacks for 3, he has 4 hit points, and he does have Quick Strike.
Okay, and then Dirk's favorite card is the Side Scheme. When revealed, each player places a random card from their hand face down here. And then when defeated, return each face down card here to its owner's hand. So you do get it back. It's got an acceleration and 3 threat per player.
Random.
You
said the nasty word.
Random.
I'll wash your mouth out with something.
All right.
All right. Then we've got 2 copies of this?
Yep.
2 copies of Sweeping Swoop. So this is the Treachery. When revealed, you stun your hero, and if Vulture's in play, this card gains Surge.
All right, and the boost.
Oh, the boost. That's right. These have boosts on them. If this activation deals damage to a friendly character, you stun that character.
Oops.
So, yeah, it wants to stun you, period.
All right. And then we got a treacher here. The Vulture's Plan. When revealed, discard 1 card at random from each player's hand. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different resource type discarded this way. So Vulture's Plan is to randomize your hand. No. Okay. So Peter Parker is an Avenger, so any cards that are good for an Avenger are good for him. See our Avenger video for details on that. He's also a genius, so he can have this card.
So Ingenuity is a 2-cost upgrade. It's a skill you can play only if you have the genius trait. So you do have to play this while you're down as Peter Parker, but then you can use it in either form. You can exhaust this to add a mental resource.
Okay. So now Peter Parker is a pretty well-rounded hero. So, you can make pretty much any deck for him, and that works. But when Sinister Motive came out, they came out with a new trait, Web Warrior, and it really shines with him. However, you got to make him a Web Warrior.
Yes.
And that's what this card is for. Warrior of the Great Web, it's a 1-cost upgrade attached to a character with Spider in its title. Attached character gains the Web Warrior trait, and a response after Web Warrior ally leaves play, attached character gets +1 attack until the end of the phase. So, yeah. So we got a lot of Web Warrior cards, and then there's a few other cards kind of mixed in. But for the most part, it's Web Warrior.
Yeah, because Web Warriors was not around whenever he first came out. All right, so the first thing we've got here for aggression, we've got Spider-Woman. She is a shield Web Warrior. 3-cost ally, has 3 hit points. She thwarts for 1, attacks for 2. But after a Web Warrior ally, including this one, enters play, deal 1 damage to an enemy. So what's cool is if you got like 2 or 3 of these that you're able to play in 1 turn, you could take out some of the smaller minions.
Okay. Now, his spider sense triggers every time the villain activates. So if you can get the villain to activate during the hero phase, then that will allow him to use that even more often. So we got a couple cards that do that.
It's only whenever he initiates an attack.
Right, which would be like this card.
Yes.
Toe to toe, 1 cost event. Choose an enemy. That enemy attacks you. Deal 5 damage to that enemy. So, and it has to be the villain for his spider sense to trigger. And if you have a backflip, yeah, you can avoid the damage.
Yeah, you're going to deal 5 damage and take none. And draw a card while you're at it because of your spider tingle or spider sense.
All right, then for justice.
For justice, so we've got Lady Spider here. She's a 4-cost ally. She is a web warrior. She thwarts for 2, attacks for 2. She does take 2 consequential each of those, and she's got 4 hit points. But as a response, after she thwarts or removes thwart from a scheme, if you control another web warrior card, you can remove an extra amount of threat from a different scheme. So basically, she double thwarts, or she's the equivalent of a that one justice card. I can't remember what it's called. I don't use it as much as you guys use it. What's that one called? Multitasking. Yeah, she's a multitasker.
All right. Then we got Spider-Man. This is Spider-Man India Paviar. I can't pronounce his last name. Costs 3, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. He's a web warrior. After Spider-Man enters play, remove 1 threat from a scheme for each web warrior card you control, including Spider-Man.
Okay. Next, we have Spider-Woman. Jessica Drew. She is a 3-cost ally who has 3 hit points. She's a shield web warrior. She thwarts for 1, attacks for 2. She does take 2 consequential whenever she attacks. But you reduce the copy to play her by 1 for each confused enemy in play. So she actually really benefits if you're able to confuse enemies because the more you confuse, the cheaper she is.
Right. Then we got Quick Quip. It's a 2-cost event. Requires a mental to play it. But deal 1 damage to a web warrior character you control and place a total of 2 confused statuses on up to 2 enemies. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, so that's the thing is you do actually have to control web warrior characters to play this card.
Or have the Warrior of the Great Web.
Yes.
All right, then for leadership, we got Spider-Man 2099. He costs 4, 2 thwart, 2 attack. Aerial web warrior, 3 hit points. After Spider-Man 2099 uses a basic power, return a web warrior ally in play to its owner hand.
So where that's really nice is whenever you've got a web warrior that's taken some damage, you can put them back in your hand and then recast them.
All right, so pull up Black Cat. So his signature ally is Black Cat. And then the important thing is, again, she doesn't take consequential for the attack. So she's a good candidate here for Sidekick. It's a 1-cost upgrade attached to your identity-specific ally. Attached ally gets +2 hit points and is your sidekick. And then after you make a basic recovery, you can heal 2 damage from the attached ally. So she doesn't take any consequential damage normally, but if you do end up thwarting with her, she would take consequential for that. So when you take a recovery, you could heal Black Cat.
Yeah, but it's nice. Honestly, if I were going to do this, I would probably actually throw in a reinforced suit as well to give her an extra hit point as a buffer there.
And the other thing is you've got this card here side by side, which allows you to ready your sidekick and ready your hero, and then choose one. Heal 1 damage from both characters, or both characters get +1 thwart and +1 attack till the end of the phase.
Yep.
So yeah, if you have if you could Voltron Black Cat, and then since you're playing leadership, if you've got that side-by-side thing going where you give her a +1 attack, then you play like get readies and stuff and multiple activations. A Black Cat could be nice.
The only unfortunate thing about that is she's a hero for hire, and they don't have any hero for hire specific ones. Some of the best ones do require other factions for her.
Yeah, but you could put an honorary Avenger.
Yes, do that.
Give her a power glove and that kind of stuff. All right. Then we're going into protection.
All right, so in protection, the first one we've got here is Scarlet Spider. So this is a 3-cost ally. He's a web warrior with 5 hit points. He thwarts for 1, attacks for 1. He takes 2 consequential for each of those. But as an interrupt, whenever another web warrior character would take any amount of damage, Scarlet Spider takes that damage instead.
And this is the Ben Reilly version.
Yes.
All right. Then we got Silk. She's a 2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. She's a web warrior. After you play Silk from your hand, if you control another web warrior card, search the encounter deck for a treachery and discard it. Let's get rid of Shadows of the Past.
Oh, yeah.
I'll just set her off to the side. Okay, so the Silk Hero recently came out and had this card. So if you're not playing with the Silk Hero, the only way you're going to play this card as Peter Parker is to have In Protection was the Silk Ally. Costs 2 investigative journalism. It's a skill. Team up Cindy Moon and Peter Parker. When an enemy would scheme, cancel that activation and confuse that enemy. So this is better with the Silk Hero, in a multiplayer. But, you still could do it with
this. And this one really surprised me because normally whenever they've put this with somebody, they've had their, they've had like a basic version of them so you can play them with any aspect. Mm-hmm. So this one being in protection did surprise me a little bit. But, I mean, it's a good card if you're able to play it.
Yeah. All right. Then we got Spider Bite, 3-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack. She's a web warrior. Reduce the cost to play Spider Bite by 1 for each tech card you control. Yeah, I mean, I got it in here for the web warrior, but yeah, you do have the spider tracers. I think the
web shooters also tech.
Web shooters as well.
So you've got 4 tech upgrades.
And you're playing protection, so you might have energy barriers and that kind of stuff in your deck.
So yeah, it's very, very possible to get her out for free.
Okay.
All right, then we've got Spider-Man, and this is the Miles Morales. He's a 4-cost ally, 3 hit points. Web Warrior, he thwarts for 1, attacks for 2. But as a response, after you play him from your hand, you can stun a confuse an enemy. And if you confuse it, if you control at least 3 Web Warrior cards. So again, this one does require a little bit of setup, but it's worth the payoff whenever you do that.
All right, then we got Spider-Man Noir, 3-cost ally, X thwart, X attack, 3 hit points. Web Warrior, X is equal to the number of face-down cards attached to Spider-Man Noir. After you resolve a treachery, if you control another Web Warrior card, attach that treachery face down here to a maximum of 3. So you kind of get the Silk Hero ability a little bit. But the nice thing is you could take 3 really annoying treachery cards and keep them out of the game.
Yep. You just have to keep them alive to do that. All right, then we've got Spider UK is a 3-cost ally, is a web warrior with 5 hit points. Thwarts for 1, attacks for 2. He does take 2 consequential on the attack. But as an interrupt, whenever he defends against an enemy, deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of web warrior cards you control.
Okay. And again, like toe-to-toe, this is the protection version of that. This is called Taunt. It's a 1-cost event. The villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against this attack, and it lets you draw 3 cards.
Yeah, and this one is such a phenomenal card for protection because protection always seems like they're short on cards. So you get this, you throw a backflip out there, protect from the attack, and get 3 cards out of it.
All right. Then we got Thwip. It's a 2-cost event. It's a superpower. Hero action. Deal 1 damage to a web warrior character you control to place a total of 2 stun status cards on up to 2 enemies.
Okay. We've got the Spider Tingle. So this is a 1-cost superpower upgrade. But as an interrupt, whenever you would reveal an encounter card, you deal 1 damage to a web warrior character you control. And if that card's a treachery, cancel its 1 revealed effects and discard the Spider Tingle.
All right.
And it's just a web warrior you control, so it can be an ally.
All right. Then we got basic. We got Ghost Spider. She costs 3, 1 thwart to attack, 3 hit points. She's a web warrior. Play only if you control a web warrior card. When Ghost Spider leaves play, search your deck for an identity-specific event and add it to your hand. So swinging web kick, anyone?
Yes, no kidding. All right, then we've got Madam Web. So she's a 3-cost ally. She's a web warrior with 2 hit points. Thwarts for 2 and attacks for 1. But as a response, after she enters play, you look at the top X cards of the encounter deck, where X is the number of web warrior cards you control, and you can discard 1 card that you looked at this way and put the rest back in any order. So, I mean, yes, discarding the 1 is nice, but being able to control the order of those next few cards, that can be really nice there. Really nice.
All right, then we got Scarlet Spider Kane. He costs 4.
What's he able to do?
Let's find out. He costs 4, 1 thwart to attack, 4 hit points. He's a web warrior. Play only if you control a web warrior card. Interrupt. When you would reveal an encounter card, name a card type, then look at that card. If that card is of the name type, deal 1 damage to Scarlet Spider and draw a card.
Yeah, so in essence, he would be taking, the consequential during the attacks and then that. So he doesn't necessarily stick around that long, but I mean, you know, yeah, being able to draw that
Right.
card is
And if
nice.
you, so this is really situational, but if you teamed up with Falcon
Oh yeah.
and he saw the top card and you decked, so you would take the top card as, a counter card. Now you know what type of card that is. So you can trigger Kane's ability.
Yes. All right, then we've got, I call her Spider, but a lot of people call her SPDR. She's a 2-cost ally who has 2 hit points. She's a web warrior. She thwarts for 2, attacks for 1. Whenever she thwarts, she does take 2 consequential. You do have to control a web warrior card to play her, but you add her to your hand, and if she was defeated by taking excess consequential damage. So she's one that you'll try to, probably attack with her the first time, thwart with her the second time, so that you can get her back into your hand and keep playing her.
All right. Then we got Spider-Ham. He costs 3. 2 thwart, 2 attack, no consequential. Cartoon Web Warrior 3. Play only if you control a Web Warrior card. After Spider-Ham attacks or thwarts, discard the top card of the encounter deck. For each boost icon discarded this way, deal 1 damage to Spider-Ham. And again, this is great if you're teaming up with Falcon.
Yes. All right. Then we have Spider-Ham here. He's a
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yes, that's what I meant. It's Spider-Punk. He's a 3-cost ally. He is a web warrior with 3 hit points. He thwarts for 2, attacks for 1. Does take 2 consequential on the thwart. You do have to be a web warrior or have to control a web warrior to play him. But as an interrupt, whenever he leaves play, you discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and deal damage to the villain equal to the number of boost icons discarded this way. And it is only the little I don't know what that symbol's even shape is even called.
I don't know. I call it a triangle.
A triangle. We'll call it a triangle.
Not technically a triangle.
Yeah, whatever that shape is.
Or something. I don't know. All right. So we got Spider-Man Otto Octavius.
Not the stars.
2-cost ally, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 consequential on the attack. Play only if you control a web warrior. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, ready an upgrade you control. If that upgrade has the tech trait, draw a card. So like your web shooters.
Yeah, the web shooters are a really good one. His not the web shooters, the oh no, it is the web shooters. Yeah, that is the one.
Yeah, you don't exhaust the spider tracers, so.
All right, then we've got Across the Spider-Verse. So this is a 2-cost event. It's exhaust a web warrior card you control. Search your discard pile for a web warrior ally and put it into play. Then choose a player. That player may spend 3 resources of any type to repeat that ability. And so you can control yourself because you're the one who's likely to have the web warriors.
Okay. Then we got the Web of Life and Destiny. It costs 3. But you can ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has the Web Warrior trait. So if you have the one card we talked about, Warrior, the Great Web, then it would be free. After a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. And then
the last one we've got here is Death Focus. So he does have a lot of superpower events in his hand, especially the kick. It's pretty expensive. It costs 3, and you've got 3 copies of it. But it is a superpower, so this card can help with it. It's a 1-cost upgrade, max 1 per player, but you can exhaust it to reduce the cost of the next superpower you play this turn by 1.
All right. So that concludes the heroes that came in the base game box. We still have quite a few more heroes in Wave 1. And yeah, so Spider-Man, if you buy the base box, Spider-Man is like the hero that you play your very first game. It's actually got a deck prepackaged with him and all the cards you need. So, if you're playing, especially solo, you can just grab the Spider-Man deck, you grab the Rhino deck, and boom, you're ready to play without even unwrapping all the other cards.
And I know in the early days, whenever we first started playing this game, he was probably the only hero that I can think of that I actually enjoyed playing protection in the early days because of his card draw ability, because otherwise you spend a lot of time with doing nothing during the hero phases because you spend all your cards during the villain phase. Now there's enough cards out there that you can get over that problem fairly easily. But early on, I do remember he was one of the few that I actually enjoyed playing protection with.
Yeah. And I still remember when we did our learn to play video, where we were going to avoid like a 10 damage rhino attack or something.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun.
Yeah, those are always fun.
And the Spider-Man Iron Man team up, that was fun as well.
Yes.
All right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go ahead and hit that notification bell down there, and you'll get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right. See ya.